All right, I think we're live now. Hello, viewers, and welcome back to the RebelLUG YouTube channel. My name is Noah. I'll be hosting today's builder stream here on the RebelLUG YouTube channel. Like I said, I've got a array of builders from all across the globe here with me, and we'll be talking about Lego, talking about some things that are going on within the LUG, Lego news, and other Star Wars related stuff. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let others briefly, introduce themselves or see who's here. So, yeah, you want to start out, Nick? I know.
Hi, I'm Nick. Nick Brick on YouTube. I'm a student at University of Wisconsin-Platteville, mechanical engineering, but I also build Lego weapons from games. On stream, I will be working Lego Digital Designer as I'm away from Lego, working on the Halo 1 Magnum.
All right, awesome. So, yeah, Chris, you want to say anything?
Hi, I'm Chris, and I want to build, but I'm not right now, so good stuff.
Best introduction. All right, Elijah, do you want to talk about, I don't know, what you're doing?
Right now I am looking on Snapchat, but I should be building soon.
All right, cool. What about you, Bryce?
I'm taking apart something I randomly found in my closet from a long time ago, so I'm just looking for cheese slopes and such.
Nice. Alex, what about you?
Yeah, I'm from the Brick Den on YouTube. I'm just working on Camino at the moment, which I've been doing recently. Not making too much progress though recently.
Awesome, man. We got Osmond here. What about you?
I'll be working on Brie. Or working.
All right, so yeah, we got a bunch of people already here in the chat. Again, if you guys have any questions, you guys can of course leave them down in the comments. I will be reading, answering them, and yeah, I'm gonna go mute Discord because people are being
on. So Nick, where are you about to start?
I'm gonna start putting what I have built so far of the Halo 1 Magnum into LED, which is just the slide for now, and then I'll work off of there. I got a scale reference and a bunch of reference pictures to work off of. Yeah, so I'll be starting 100% from scratch. Where did I put my reference pictures? All right, fine.
I'll be working on one of the medieval collaboration parts for the Kingdoms at War. So that'll be cool.
Sweet. I'm gonna turn off screen sharing for just a second here. All right, so I got a scale reference. I just printed out at approximately full size, and so far I have part of a slide design that I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate, and then from there, go ahead and work on the rest of this, and then hopefully spring break I'll be able to build it up faster.
Looking nice.
Thank you.
That's right. Yeah, like I said earlier, I was talking about a couple of things like they're going on. See that we've got Luke, our moderator, in the chat. Hey. But yeah, I was gonna say we start out talking about the Lego related news because I thought that was interesting. I kind of just wanted to hear in general what you guys thought, because there was the whole plant situation, where they were gonna do all the plant elements and make them out of this bio material. What do you guys think about that? What are your opinions on it? You guys think it's gonna
I like somebody opposed to it. I think pretty much everybody agrees that it's more like okay, good job, you're doing something for the environment. But I'd like to see an opinion from somebody that doesn't agree.
I think it's pretty interesting because it's going to be a change. First of all, like, is the plastic going to worsen, or is it actually going to be good, or like, yeah. So, I find it pretty cool.
I think Lego was trying to be reassuring about all that because, you know, at least the adult collectors are very much concerned about the quality of pieces and any fluctuation at that. But we don't know for sure if that's just a PR statement or if that actually is going to be the case, that it will be same quality we come to expect.
Yeah. But definitely also because Lego in general is trying to find a substitute for their plastic, or not a substitute, but like another plastic that's just as strong or just as similar to the plastic that they're using now. Just due to the fact they want to become so green, which I think is pretty cool. So, yeah.
As an
It'll
engineering
be
major, I
interesting
can
to see whether they start using the material not just for the plants, but then also all the other pieces as well in the future.
Yeah. I just realized we also have Yanis, which is one of our German members that just joined. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, hey guys. So, what is the topic right now?
Well, we're talking about the Lego-related news. Maybe you heard about it, which was how they're going to now take the plant elements and, make them out of this bio material.
Ah, yeah.
And,
I saw it on Instagram. Yeah.
yeah. What just happened, Elijah?
just fall in.
My mom yelled at me to like get my cat, and so I grabbed my cat because it was being annoying, and then I threw him on my table, and then he knocked over a bunch of stuff.
All right.
But, yeah. Oh man, full stream, impressive.
Yeah. A lot of people. I just realized we also have Tristan in the stream. Welcome to the stream.
Hello. You know what I found really interesting about the whole green plant thing is Lego did a bit of like a Q&A thing on one of their posts. And one of the things is like, is it biodegradable? And the answer is no. I was like, well, that's a good thing because it just means it's made out of a different material, but it's going to be literally exactly the same. So your pieces aren't going to like start degrading after even like 50 years or anything.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about, Chris. I saw that.
Yeah.
That
So-
was funny in general, just that they made a story on their Lego Instagram page because, yeah, I've never seen them do that before. So,
An interesting balance that they have to find between biodegradability, but also being able to be long lasting.
Yeah. So that like it freaked me out for a second because they're like, "Is it recyclable?" Yes. I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh, it's not like recycling as in like biodegradable." For some reason, I was getting those confused. I was pretty happy that they were really clear about that.
yeah.
But then you think about it, it's like, wait a second, if your Lego gets thrown out, it's not gonna break down either. So I guess it is.
Definitely.
Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's like, well.
Yeah, so let's see here. Yeah, that's basically going on, and then I was tuning in earlier to what Ryan was doing on M&R Production on he was talking about how the buildable figures are ending, which I thought was also interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I heard, because I saw the list of like buildable figures that are coming out, and then two of them were the Super Battle Droid, and then the 501st Super with like ATRT, or the 501st ATRT driver. And I know, like, I really want them to still make it because I think it would be really cool to just get like a ATRT in this buildable figure form.
Mhm.
I know that Ryan was talking about how there was, I forget exactly what he said, but he said some of the ones that were coming out, some hadn't even like begun to be produced, so those ones won't be, but there are some that were announced that are going to be coming out or something. I don't remember exactly what he said, but I know that for sure there's still going to be like one more small wave of them.
Yeah, like the Darth Maul that's coming out with this next wave is a thing, but after that it's like the 501st ATRT and Super Battle Droid aren't going to be a thing, according to Ryan. Ryan's generally right.
Yeah. Now, I think that's, I mean, just in general, like the line of those the parts from those buildable figures. I mean, other than building the buildable figures, they're not that useful for any other like mocks or creations. I mean, unless Bionicle community is now going to all of a sudden turn over to Star Wars. So
Bionicle community is like low key pretty cool. Right.
Yeah.
People have actually, I think Bionicle is cool just because it's still Lego technically, but they have a whole different style of building, and that's where it's cool to see like Simon Liu because he does a lot of like intermixing between Bionicle and just normal Lego stuff.
Yeah, I find it interesting because I mean it does have a big there's still a whole community around Bionicle, but I think lots of that's because it was like it's like a retro kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of like how you have all like the people that still do their classic space stuff, right?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
I mean, that's not to bash classic space or anything, but like you just have the group of people that all do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just interesting to have because you have all your stupid Star Wars kids, and you have all your space, classic space, and your Bionicle and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean it's cool because if you're like, man, they should combine Star Wars and Bionicle. This is exactly what you'd get, right? So.
I'm sure there's probably a few people out there that were really happy when they did that. I guess if you think about it like that.
Yeah. I mean, I've been picking them up on like super clearance because they actually are pretty cool to like have for display and stuff. Like, I absolutely love the Scarif Trooper and a few other ones.
They're always on Amazon in the US, Chris. I don't know about in Canada, but they're on 50% off, like literally constantly.
Yeah.
If you ever want me to pick those up for you,
might have to talk.
I got a quick link invoice today, Chris, and I realized I bought stuff yesterday, and I was like, this is useless stuff. The stupid sets, I'm like, why did I actually use them?
Yeah. I think it's just kind of dumb though when Lego decides to make Darth Vader though for like the second time, because they did it this year and it only increased like by a couple centimeters, and I was just like, yeah, okay, it's probably a little bit taller, but we already got him. It would be cooler to get something else that is a little bit more interesting to have on your shelf. Like, we don't need two Darth Vaders just because of their height,
Yeah.
So.
Wait, they made two Darth Vader buildable figures?
Yeah.
What the heck?
They use the same head mold and all that kind of stuff.
I think it's a different head mold.
Yeah, it was a different head mold.
The Darth Vader like printed face.
Because the first one, that was just like an entire head mold, and then the second one you could like remove the mask and you can see his face underneath. So
yeah.
So
I really like the helmets to like all the troopers and stuff, because those are fantastic. Like I would love to use them in like a build later on, have like a Darth Vader statue or something, and there's this giant Darth Vader helmet or a giant Stormtrooper helmet or something like that. I think that's really cool. I've seen a few people do stuff like that. And I mean,
so what I've seen with this big heads is that people just put them on the normal minifig size bodies, and then they just looked at, I don't know how you call it, chibi or something like.
Yeah, GB.
Yeah, just with his big heads. So it was kind of funny.
I saw it. I think it was Jangbricks did a whole bunch of those with like all of the figures and all of the.
Yeah, those were totally funny.
Cool stuff.
All right. So Alex, I'm guessing you're working on the upper part from Camino right now, like the hanger, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I'm working on the right-hand side wall of the hang at the moment. It's actually turning out to be quite a bit more complex than I was originally planning. We're trying to capture this sort of curved part of the wall here. It's actually
Noah, you should
what the
feature
section
Alex
looks
on
like.
screen.
Yeah, let me do that real quick. Hold on.
And then that actually goes down into the lower part of the lock as well.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
That's intense. Custom gunship too, eh?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
same one that who was it?
Lucas.
Lucas. That's right.
Is it the same one?
It's based off of that design, but it's not
No.
exactly the same.
Yeah, it
So
looks
it's like-
different. I can tell.
I tried to make it look as possible.
Yeah, 'cause,
I
like-
thought that one looked possible, but just using the bricks that I collection. There's quite a lot of specialised bricks. You go and look at like the part of that model. So I tried to make it look as close to that as I already have.
Yeah. All right. So let's go to the chat. I think it'd be cool if we maybe answer some questions from the comments, because first off, I got some questions from there, and then I've got some questions just in general from Instagram and such. If anybody, because I think a couple of people also made story posts. If anybody got questions from people asking like questions for RebelLUG, or just you can just name those off. We can answer them here.
I know, just basically regarding the questions, there's going to be a big update on the RebelLUG website. Yeah, there's going to be like a cool so
Yeah.
frequently asked questions. And answer we're talking about.
All right. Let me write Luke, because he was also getting some questions from the Instagram. So yeah, I've got some right here. Let me pull them up. So let me just find them here. Yeah, as well as for the people that are in the comments, like I said, just leave them there and we'll answer them here in the next couple of minutes. So.
Are you guys the ones that people would DM you on Instagram or whatever?
Say again? What were you saying, Elijah?
Oh, I'd say, are you getting the questions that people DM you on Instagram? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, a lot of them came from Instagram, and then some came from the comments, I think. So let me just go back to the comments as well. Let me start there, and then we'll start. I've got some on Instagram, but I'll start with the comments. All right, let's see here. All right, someone asked in the comments, I guess I'll just answer a couple of those. Someone asked, I just got back into LEGO and currently am resorting my collection and rebuilding sets. Do you have any tips for me? Yeah. What do you think, Elijah?
Well, it depends. Because I know that I have a friend in real life, and he does a whole bunch of LEGO stuff, right? And he was talking about resorting his collection and stuff. And I said, we'll buy that. And he's talking about like rebuilding all his old sets and stuff. And I was like, well, there's going to be like missing pieces and whatnot. But, I mean, just in general, I just make sure for stuff like that, depending on it really depends on how big your collection is. But if it is like relatively like smaller, then it's always good just to sort everything out and just take it while it's a thing to do. Because if you're into Lego and you're really getting back into it and you're like buying stuff again, your collection's only going to grow, and sorting all of it out is going to be just a bigger pain. And generally, when you order from Bricklink and stuff like that, the pieces will come sorted. So I think if you sort while it's all small, that's definitely a good step to having a pretty successful collection.
Yeah, I think just in general, when it comes to sorting, and then also when you're coming back to building Lego, I think it's important to remember that, for example, Spencer pointed this out in one of his sorting episodes, or basically collection sorting episodes, where he talked about how when you're coming back and you want to resort or start building or rebuilding sets, I guess, or put it in the point of sorting your collection is you want to sort your collection on how you build or like what pieces you use more often than others. And so I kind of took the tips from Spencer. So when it comes to sorting your Lego, I mostly sort it by the piece I use most. They'll have like in the easy accessible containers, and then the smaller intricate parts I have like stack-on drawers. And then as for other ones, such as say for example yellow parts, I don't use those that often, so I'll have them in a smaller container where they're all of the different parts are in there and they're not sorted out into smaller containers. But what do you the other use? Like Drew, I'd like to hear your opinion on it.
What?
I said I'd like to hear your opinion on like
for sorting and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, what I do as far as like how I sort my parts, everything for the basic bricks of like bricks, slopes, plates, tiles, those kind of things. Those are all sorted by color. Then all the other things I have are sorted by piece. Unless it's like a rare color, like sand, then it's all together. But I use a variety of like acromills and sterilite containers and things like that. Right now, the way I organize isn't super flexible because I'm trying to use the most out of all my space. So for the drawers, I could have it filled to the most of where it's still easy to sort through. But if I were to, have more parts of that, I'd have to put it in a larger drawer. So that's kind of a difficulty with the way I sort, but it's working for now. But yeah.
That's pretty interesting. Yeah, Bryce, what about you? Because you're building, of course, all these, weapons or guns from, certain games and shows, of course. Like, how is it for you when you're sorting the smaller parts? Because I know you use a lot of smaller, detailed parts for your guns.
Yeah, the problem for me is I'm always kind of moving around when I build in my room, so I've got boxes that are literally just covering the floor. But I just found something interesting. I don't know if I'm going to try it out yet, but a friend of mine just gave me a bunch of these empty advent calendar boxes, basically, so they can be used for more of the smaller parts so that they're more mobile as I'm working on things.
I know definitely a good thing to do whenever you're sorting out all your pieces. Just be innovative, because you're not always able to buy a bunch of stack-on drawers. So I mean, if you have some like small random containers that you can get in like a pretty large quantity, like if you make cardboard advent boxes or whatever Bryce was talking about, just do it. It'll definitely be a help in the long run. And I mean, as your collection gets bigger or whatever, and as you continue to expand, you can always replace your box, your cardboard stuff with like plastic stack-on drawers to be more professional and such. But just as a start, that's always a good place to go.
Yeah, definitely. I know that at one point Chris had, I think that was about a year or two ago, Chris had talked about using bags and then tacking them to a board.
Yeah.
Didn't you do that one, or quite some time ago?
Yeah, I still have that tack board around. It works really well for like awkward size stuff. Because you'll have like your stack-ons, or your tab cups, or your drawers, and generally you'll just have things that are like just a bit too big for a stack-on drawer, or I mean a bit, maybe like a small pad cup size, and then it's easy just to stick that on the board. It's really effective, especially like my board isn't on the wall, so I actually have parts on both sides of the board, and it's super effective. Yeah, just be creative.
I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think that like using bags, I used to use bags quite some time ago for sorting all my smaller parts and whatnot. I think it works okay. Like it works good for like the smaller parts, or like the larger, very bulky larger parts, I should say. Quarter cylinders, cough cough.
Need bins for those.
Bins for those. There you go. No, but yeah, definitely think there's, of course, multiple ways of how you can sort your stuff. It's just a matter of what you build, and then how you access your parts the quickest for when you're building, say, a large mock like Chris, or a more intricate build like Bryce. So
yeah, it's really. I mean, I know a guy that just sorted all his Lego, and he doesn't even build or anything. He just has it all sorted just because he just wanted it that way. And he's a guy I know in real life, and he doesn't build or anything. I've asked him to buy his Legos from him, and he's like, no, I'm just gonna have them. Just has them all sorted by color and everything, and even though he doesn't build, it's just funny.
Yeah.
But
I saw a question here for Nick. I thought I'd just like point that out to him. Dr. Who's Shoes asked, for Nick, do you prefer designing your models with real bricks or an LDD?
Actually, how's it going, Dr. Who's Shoes? Love your assault rifle model. I definitely prefer using real bricks, but that's not really an option right now. I'm away at school. I don't have my collection of Lego. Like, I have some completed models with me, but nothing to really work with. So for the meantime, just to scratch that building itch, I'm using LED to design. Definitely not preferred because I don't get to use intricate techniques that would stress pieces or anything like that. I don't get to test those out. So it's not ideal, but it's what I have to work with for now.
I think that's a big part of Lego building, actually, just that last sentence. It might not be ideal, but it's what you have to work with, and whether that be like lack of pieces and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Thanks for pointing out that question, though. I just checked out the guy's channel.
Yeah, assault rifle's great. Definitely check that out.
Pretty cool. I don't know if that's a question or if it's just a joke. I'm just gonna point it out anyway. Hover Tank Master Adam asked, on a scale of 1 to 10, how cool are hover tanks?
No, you said hover tanks on the stream. You totally broke the rules.
I know, right? I broke the rules, Chris. Okay.
Anyways, what do you guys actually think about the hover tank set, though?
Okay.
When I first saw the photos of it for Rogue One, I don't know why, I was just like, wow, top 10 set that Lego's ever made, and then I bought it, and it's not that good. It has the cool figures, though.
Yeah, tank drivers are nice.
If anyone ever needs hover tanks, I know that M&R Productions has some.
I know that Ryan has the most hover tanks of all.
Oh yeah, way more than Hover Tank Master.
He's the real hover tank master.
I hate those people in the community that just, think they have hover tanks.
Hover tanks have been like, how can I say? It was an interesting set, but it can only really be used on, I forget the planet's name. That is
Yeah.
so rude. So stupid.
Yeah, it's not that it can't be used on a line, but then like because I mean it's an Imperial vehicle, and I mean obviously the Imperial reach went throughout the entire galaxy. It's interesting though that they brought in a vehicle like that you'd think would be used on so many different planets, and like it's I don't know.
I wonder if that was the tank that was in the Ahsoka book.
That's an interesting fact. I remember that's actually
Is going to do like a theory video on that now. Not really.
Chris is like, why are you?
So dumb.
My idea, not yours.
Definitely, yeah.
Great.
So Elijah, what are you working on right now? I see that you're building.
I'm not actually building. I'm just kind of.
So you finished your mock, right, Elijah? So you're ready to start something.
All the social medias follow the person that made that mock. That's the best one in the series, arguably. Right now, I'm just throwing stuff together. I actually got an idea. That's another interesting thought, just while I'm thinking about it. It's even just like messing around, just doing something really basic with your pieces. It can give you an idea of something else. And so, for example, I was building just this. I'm just throwing plates together and wedges because I don't know. But like you can just be doing something as simple as that and just have an idea pop into your head. That's where building really starts. I should take my own advice when you say building starts because I don't really do a whole lot. Right, Chris?
Oh yeah.
It's not like we don't waste our time.
So I realized that Tristan's here in the stream. I wanted to see what Tristan's working on. What are you up to right now? If he's still there. It's obvious he's on mute now. All right. And then just in general, we've got Tristan up in here. What about you, Drew? What are you working on?
I'm working on the collab mock that I can't show.
Oh, okay. Nice. Speaking of collab mock, I think I don't know if the people that are watching have checked it out yet, but the latest collaboration that is currently ongoing or being uploaded every couple of days is the medieval collaboration, which is the Kingdoms at War, or the Blue versus the Red Knights. And if you haven't checked the builds out, you can of course look on the RebelLUG website or on the Instagram page, because we've got a lot of the we got the builds on there or on the website. So highly recommend checking those out. Got a lot of talented builders working on those. So you can kind of look over those later if you guys feel like, kind of going through the last 3 ones that were uploaded.
I think we have almost like 15 people participating or something. I don't quote me on that, but there's like a lot of mocks. Yeah. It's definitely so far the collaboration's been really, really interesting just from my point of view. Like even if I was just a viewer, I think all the mocks are pretty solid so far, and there's only more to come. I know there's some super cool ones that haven't been released yet, so you should definitely, everyone in the stream should be sure to stay tuned for those.
Yeah. All right, Osmo, just to let you know, apparently Olaf doesn't want you showing your camera, so I kind of just turned off your camera. You might want to talk to him.
Prank
gone wrong. Yeah, so as of like the collabs collab parts that we've done, I'm gonna go ahead and screen share the ones that we've got on Instagram. So give me a second, I'll type those up. From just another general question I wanted to ask, from the collabs that we've done here, of course, at RebelLUG, what are your favorite ones? You know, for those that have either participated, if it was at the Brickworld Chicago convention or just on in the online collaborations. What are your favorite collaborations that we've done as a team? So, like, I want to kind of go through. Elijah, what do you think?
Yeah, Elijah, what do you think?
Elijah just leaves. Yeah, what
We have
about?
ways to make them talk.
There you go. All right, Bryce, what do you think? How about you?
I don't know. I am just recently starting to get involved in more of the collaborative side of things, but one thing that was my first basic introduction to RebelLUG was the Cargo Rush on Ryloth. I know it's a classic for the convention. Although I don't know too much about it, I thought it was my favorite so far.
Classic. What's considered the most disorganized collab is the best one.
And that's why.
It wasn't super disorganized, it just wasn't organized.
Definitely, yeah.
You just had Connor making a bunch of drama about it, which was really good.
What about you, Chris, though? What is your opinion on the collaborations that we can?
I don't know, I like Clones Alone a lot. Mainly because we had
Clone based 2x4s.
Exactly. Well, it was just more of like our classic YouTube build, and then it was, you know, it was our first collab. It was why we created the lug, and then on top of that, it was just really cool because it was the first time there had been like a big collab on at least in like that part of the community. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. What about you, Alex? Because I know that you've participated so far now in 2 of them, and
yeah,
from the 2. Say again.
Order 66 and all, yeah.
That's right. So out of the 2 that you've participated in, what has been your favorite one, you know, to build? Because like both of the mocks that you built were really, really well detailed, and then really told the story, or really told the scene of what, you know, or the point of the scene, so to speak. So what was it? What was your favorite one from those 2?
Well, I was much happy with my the mock I did for the mall and the video I did for that, and then I also edited the final video, which I think turned out really great and brought the whole collab together in a concise and nice way. So I'd have to say I thought the mall collab for me out of the 2 that I've taken part in was my favourite, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think overall the quality of the mocks in the mall collab was better than the quality of the mocks in the Order 66 one. I definitely thought mine was an improvement.
Yeah.
You know, I just as a personal thing, Alex, I love your building style, and I think it's really unique how many different like types of things you can.
Yeah, I like to do lots of different stuff, you know. I don't like to do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. As in terms of like my favorite collab that we've done, I feel like you know, so far, either for the ones that we've already done or for the one that we're of course doing right now, I think I'd have to say is the one that we're doing right now, because the build that because I've built 2 or I'm working on 2. One's already complete, the other one I'm still working on. And I have to say, we've got all these individual medieval mocks. It's, of course, something different from what RebelLUG does, because we're more of a Star Wars lug, you know, Star Wars related lug. And I think it's interesting that we branched out to this, you know, medieval realm, and then did all these, mocks on the 48x48s with the black border. I think it's very, very interesting. I like the styles of all the different mocks, you know, from all the different builders. So I definitely have to say the one that we're doing right now is the best one. So. So speaking of that collab, I thought it would be beneficial if we kind of went through the 3 parts of been uploaded so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and screen share the screen share right now from the RebelLUG Instagram builds, and I'd kind of like everybody to give their thoughts or comments on the builds that we've uploaded so far. So. That's right. So from screen sharing right now from the RebelLUG Instagram, we've got the first build, which was inside from Osmond, of course, which I think was really well detailed. A lot of cool parts. I like the usage of the dark green and then the dark tan. Great lock for sure, Osmond, and a great starter, of course, to the series. What do you guys think in general? Like, I'd like to hear some comments from example Bryce. What do you think?
I was actually just reading Olaf's message. He says it's the best one. I think he's a little biased to the Norwegian side of things, but other than that, I actually really liked it. I think it could have featured a couple more figures in terms of positioning because it's supposed to be like a team's winning of sorts, but the terrain was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really have any movement minifigs. So.
Yeah, what do you think, Elijah? Because I know you, of course, you work on a lot of, medieval or apocalyptic stuff. What do you think?
Yeah, I like the detail between, so when you have like the big wall, right, and then you have like the dark bluish gray section within the two light bluish gray sections, it kind of shows like, so the way like medieval buildings were like structured like that, especially that you have like layers of like clay and stuff that the walls to make sure they couldn't like break down as much. Obviously that's what all they're building because it's so distressed and ruined, right? But I just think that's a really cool part, and I really like the tree that's over there. It looks good. I like all the. I just like what do you call that? Olive green trees. I don't know why. So.
It's definitely a cool part. Yeah. So of course that was the first part, or the first one. This was the castle ruins built by Osmond. For last thoughts, Osmond, you did a great job on it. Glad to see you participate. As for the second part, we've got one build from Luke, or First Order Lego. He did a very fantastic job of doing the contrast between the different colors here, like the usage of the the half axle, half pin piece in tan. I think that's really cool how you use that for the so to speak. It's in the field there. What do you think, Chris, of this build? Because of course it's very unique when it comes to like those pieces, like I just mentioned, or the pieces in general that he used for the ground texture. What do you think?
I love the sheep.
Yeah, they're
Those
good.
sheep are awesome.
Super great. Otherwise, the building, I was trying to figure out like what kind of village looks like that, but then I was like, oh yeah, I guess the dark blue is because it's supposed to be dark blue team's place. So, like that checks out. I do like the sheep pen. I think that's really cool, and the ground underneath it too is would be pretty accurate.
Definitely.
Upside down 3-leaf things, I didn't even notice that. That's interesting.
I was going to point out that's one of my favorite details in there. It looks really good, and it's such a simple technique, but it works really well.
Definitely really cool. Yeah, what do you think, Alex, of the build? Did you take a look at that?
I actually, I don't know if it's just me, but it felt like Luke almost sort of changed his terrain techniques, like quite heavily focused on tile, but I do really like it. And, the way he's taken the photograph as well, quite a high colour contrast, really emphasises what we were talking about a moment ago as well, Noah.
Yeah. I really like again, like I said, the contrast between, you've got the different colors, such as the ground colors, green. You've got a mix of the light green in there, the reddish brown. I think I see a little bit of brown in there, like the regular brown color, dark brown color as well. And just like Chris pointed out, I think the sheep look really cool for the build. So
Yeah, he's used them before as well. I think it's a previous lot.
he used that in a
Really good
native
balance.
Christmas scene. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So that was the second one. The third one, which was, I think it was uploaded yesterday. Yeah, it was uploaded yesterday. This one is, oh, I forgot to mention the name for the second, which was the Raid of the Salona Village. Again, don't forget to check that out on Instagram. You want to give it a like. The third one is done by Olaf or Norlego on Instagram and YouTube. His is the attack on the Aronar village. And just right off the bat, you just see the fortification on the front, which I think is just really well done, because you've got the reddish brown for the walls, and then you've got for the gate, the light bluish gray, sand green, reddish brown, and then the black roof. I think that looks really, really cool. What do you guys think? I want to hear some thoughts from Deanna. What do you think?
Well, you might know that I'm a big Walking Dead fan, and it kind of reminds me of the hilltop with this. Well, I don't know if you guys know what I mean right now, but
yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
This brown wall with all the tree stems, that kind of reminds me of that. And yeah, also the houses, I think they look great. I really like this kind of apocalyptic walls, I'd say. And this, yeah, that looks pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, definitely pretty cool.
I think something on that is I just like how everything. I think I don't think we even really did it, but just throughout the collab, all the different builds and stuff have interesting, unique styles, and I think there's a lot of I saw in the future mocks that people within the RebelLUG chat or whatever some photos. I think it's cool to see how some people make their figures differently. I know that I think 98 CSI has really unique figures in his, and I think it's kind of like you have these two like warring factions, but different regions of where they're fighting, which is just an interesting way to look at it. You got the different people and stuff. It's definitely, I think it's a great game. So far, I can't wait to see what else.
Yeah. Yeah, Drew, what do you think of the build? Because I haven't heard much from you. What do you think of the one from Olaf?
Of Olaf, that one's probably my favorite, just because it's got more substance to it, and I like all the different aspects of it, like all the roofs of the houses and the wall, all that kind of stuff.
Definitely a nice one, yeah. All right, so yeah, just again in terms of size and or the use of space, I should say, I like the buildings that are within. I think it's really cool. Olaf, you definitely did a good job on setting up the action part of the mock. Definitely really cool. Unless there's anybody that would like to give their thoughts on this mock, Osmond, did you want to say anything about it?
I just really get it. And buildings.
Yeah. All right.
I like that. It looks believable. Like it has a good cramped feel to it. Like, it looks like that the villagers before the attack would very much live in this, not in exactly the most orderly style, but in a believable way. So I appreciate that about it.
Definitely really cool. Right. So, gonna screen share here. Again, let some people. If anybody would like to showcase what they're working on right now, just let me know, and I can, let people you to the screen.
There's a great idea in the chat and it's that Bryce should be the RebelLUG mascot.
I said I'd work for purple parts. I really don't mind.
You do what for purple parts?
Oh God.
This is a PG stream. How dare you?
I just said he should twirl a sign that says RebelLUG.
All
You
right.
guys like to see that at Brick World?
I do want to do that.
I'll bring the camera.
Danny said, "Who wants Clones Alone Season 2?"
Ooh.
That would be interesting.
Yes. Let's do that.
Obviously not everyone can do it.
All right. Going to go to the Instagram.
I thought it was cool. I saw it interesting because like they were announced and everyone was really hyped over them, and then I didn't actually look at them until they're all out now, and there's some really cool stuff in there. I'm a big fan actually.
Which one?
Definitely.
I'm not huge on superheroes, but I'm really excited.
What are you talking
I
about?
want to buy some of the smaller ones.
What are you talking about, Elijah?
All the Infinity War sets that came out, originally I didn't look at them, but now that I see them, they're all pretty cool.
They're okay. The smaller ones are all pretty pricey for what's in them.
Yeah, they are cool pieces. I don't know. There's like the one with all the sand bullets, which I like.
I mean, I'm a big superheroes fan, so I'll buy them all when they go on sale, but I think that they're pretty good. I want to figure out what's going on with the new Milano. Why this one's like all orange.
Why they made another one?
Oh, no.
Jeez.
Maybe just because they have like, because it's the same thing with like Captain America's suit. You know, you've got the different versions of it throughout the films. You know, you got from the first Avenger, then you got in Winter Soldier, and then Civil War. So maybe it's like the same thing with the Milano ship. Although I like the first one that they made, you know, several years ago.
I'm honestly surprised at how different they were able to make like the two versions they've already released. And I mean, this one I'm assuming is a whole new ship. Like it's just a whole different ship. So
Yeah.
but I still find it really weird that like that first one was so much different from the second one they put out.
Yeah.
Well, I really like the first one. I bought it, and at first I thought it was smaller, but it's kind of big actually. So yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, we might have John Peak join here in a moment.
Oh no, not John.
Yeah. Oh, here's actually something I wanted to talk about. I just remembered that how Lego announced that they were coming out with the Hulkbuster suit, like basically a UCS Hulkbuster suit, if you want to call it that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the. I want to screen share from the Instagram from Lego. Just the different parts that are on it, because they've got the like new elements of like the curve, not the curved tiles, but like the, you know, sloped tiles, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought was really cool.
You know what I was really surprised at in that set?
What?
I was just on Shop at Home, and it actually has like a bad rating. That blew my mind. I expected 5 stars, and it has like 3.5. So, just
Yeah.
fun fact.
I think it's just
how much-
superheroes are garbage.
How much is the set though when you're buying it on Shop at Home?
It's 120 US, 150 Canadian.
Isn't the piece count like 1,200 parts?
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's like 10 cents a piece. I mean, from this picture here, you can see like the really cool. I like these pearl gold parts that you've got on them.
Like the ingots.
On there.
The
They
ingots.
have the have those new jumpers on that stuff too. Jumper plates.
The 1x3?
I think they are. Yeah.
Yeah, they have them in like Peru.
Moon.
Yeah, but I definitely think it's really cool that they're making it. I like the set that they made for when they had the movie come out. But for the Hulk Buster, it's just kind of small in my opinion. But whatever. I like this version. I have been thinking about getting it, but yeah, price wise over here, it's like 130 or 140 euro. So.
You'll get it, Noah?
I don't know, man. Maybe if it goes on 50% off or clearance or something like that.
It'd be good on 20% off.
20% is also good. Yeah. All right. Yeah, and then of course there's the new clone battle pack that's coming out.
Drew.
Yeah, I saw Drew got one of those. I was pretty impressed, right, Drew?
Yeah, Drew.
Yeah, Drew definitely got one of those.
Why don't you show it on stream, Drew?
He didn't seem to like it.
You want to see it? Go.
I'm sure everyone watching would love to see.
Here's the set.
Oh, yeah.
I think personally, it's one of the coolest. I don't know. It's one of the cooler battle packs we've gotten recently. Because I mean, there's been a lot of the dumb, not dumb, but like there's been a lot of all the first order stuff, right? And there's 3 of those, like 3 different types of battle pack for the first order, and they're not that cool. But I think that one, just considering it's got 2 Jedi, which I mean, those are always a draw, I guess. And you got the 2 normal Phase 1 clones, which I think the pieces in the set are pretty useful, I guess. So I'm pretty excited. I'm definitely gonna get, I mean, at least one of them, but maybe even 2, and then just sell off the other Jedi. But they're obviously not.
Yeah, the Jedi are going to be hard to sell though. Anyway.
Yeah.
Have so many of them.
I feel like you could use the torso and legs from who was it again? The
Kiadi-Mundi or Barris?
Kiadi-Mundi, because like from Barris, I mean, you could use the cape and then possibly the torso, but like the rest of it, yeah, I don't know, the face. So.
Chris, do you know what species Pharaoh Sophie is? Just out of curiosity.
She's oh shoot. I know this. I don't.
What? Prove Chris isn't a real Star Wars fan.
So. All right. Olaf just gave his opinion. He said that Milano is cool, that it's worth to buy the instructions. I already bought his
Olifant
instructions. Yeah, those are pretty cool, in my opinion.
Chris, what do you think?
Man, I gotta look for his Olifant. That sounds really awesome.
All right.
Olifant is like the coolest dull the coolest thing to recreate, I guess, from the Lord of the Rings. Think about it. It's a giant elephant.
Well, personally, I think animals need rights. You can't have a slave elephant.
Yeah. Brick Trooper Studios, he said, anyone notice that there's a dirty stormtrooper that comes with the solo TIS? I'm guessing he's trying to say solo tie.
The Mimban Trooper.
Yeah. I'm wondering what they're going to do with him in the movie.
Okay.
I like the face of that set, but I already have the 2012 TIE Fighter, and this one looks really cool, but since I already have one, I don't know if I can justify buying it or not.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think I have 3 of that one, so I'm not too interested to get any more.
I'm super excited for all the new solo sets. I think they're terrific, and I'm really like all the speeders and stuff. Probably the TIE Fighter, just because I don't own one. Like I want to buy them all. Like there's some of the coolest figures and stuff. Like I'm really excited. And like the solo sets made me more excited for the movie than any trailers. I think they will definitely expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, the solo sets look really awesome. I really like like just the speeders. They're probably like I think some of the worst price per piece and all that, but I really like the idea that you get like 2 different speeders and you could probably reenact whatever speeder chase, but then they're just really cool sets, I think.
I think the pieces used on the speeder are pretty cool, or speeders, I should say.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice arches.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm really interested in recreating that scene that we see from the trailer where you see that like large train type of build, that's on that track that kind of twists,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That looks really cool. I want to see how they, integrate that into maybe a battle scene or something. I don't know. It would be cool to.
Yeah, I know because you obviously with Rogue One, and then with The Last Jedi coming out, and you always have like the wave of everyone does Scarif, everyone does Crate. I'm really wondering if there's going to be like a big scene in Solo that people are just going to constantly recreate. But
I think it's going to be that way because it's the same thing with like Rogue One, like you said. There was Scarif, so
yeah.
But Rogue One's different because it was like a war movie where this is going to be a Western.
Yeah.
So
still,
there's not going to be. I don't think there's going to be any kind of big battle.
No, I don't think there's going to be.
There's not even going to be a big bad guy.
Not a big battle, but there is going to be some scene that people put up, put up on like the first place level and say, yeah, this one's the cool part. So whatever.
That's an interesting thought, Chris, regarding what you just said, because you talked about how like there's not like the big bad guy, and it's interesting because like everyone's bad guys essentially, because you have Han Solo, who's obviously not the best type of person, and he's not like a Jedi who's like all morals and everything. He's more of just I steal my stuff and I do my thing, right? And so that'll be really cool to see, because while he's fighting and stuff, who are also viewed by the viewers of Star Wars as the bad people, even though to a lot of the galaxy, especially you can see that in books like Lost Stars, Chris has talked about it, and the planet in Battlefront, like some of the galaxy thinks the whole Empire system's good, but I'm really excited now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, that's where it's going to be interesting, just because it is like space Western. So it's really, my guess is like it's going to be smugglers v smugglers kind of thing. Like the Empire is just going to be maybe like they might not even be the bad guy. They might be more like if I dare say, like the Starfleet of stuff for like Han Solo, where he like joins obviously that's what happens is he like joins the Academy on his homeworld and then goes straight.
I didn't think about it before, but it'd be interesting if you've got like, if this movie is more of the Imperials are really, I mean, obviously the Imperials have everything in the galaxy, and so they're like pretty much like a prime person to like steal and smuggle stuff from, and that's what you're smuggling through is trying to get past the Empire. And it's interesting because they're going to be like viewed, I think, as the good guys more in this movie. Just a different thing than you see from normal Star Wars.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting.
So I just realized real quick, I just wanted to put this out. I saw that John Klepeek just joined. How are you doing?
Hey, John.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, John.
Howdy.
John back from the dead.
I hate this guy.
The third time this week. Oh wait, wrong one, but
no, John, how are you doing? What are you working on? Like, what are you up to?
I am just got home from work and church, and am going to, I guess, start working on finalizing a smaller project that I've been meaning to post for half a year now. So I actually am building, which is kind of which is good. The cathedral is something that needs to be more methodically looked at, and then
It's revisited, basically.
John,
It's
if
gonna
I
be-
finish the temple before you finish the cathedral, we're gonna have problems.
Oh no.
That's actually a fair point.
See, here's the thing: Chris isn't actually going to build the temple. So.
That'd be a good prank.
Yeah, Chris, you're all talk.
Top 10 pranks that went way too far.
I have like my whole other room set up to build it, and the foundation started.
Yeah, speaking, some people asked, when are you gonna upload maybe like a building episode of building the Jedi Temple?
Being held accountable.
It'll come out when I can do it weekly. So I finished my school semester in less than a month now, or just around a month. So you can expect stuff in around a month.
There you guys go. You heard from the man himself.
Set your calendar.
I don't know, what would you call those? Distractions with video games or anything, right, Chris?
There's no distraction.
No, there's no Minecraft.
That's pretty specific, Bryce.
Yeah.
Exposed.
We totally didn't win 7 games of Egg Wars yesterday.
Let's see there.
Even Emmeth's in the chat. What a time to be alive.
Oh, he's in the chat. Nice. Sweet. Yeah, Emmett, if you want to join, there's a link in the chat. So
2, 4, 6, 8.
There's no space left.
Do we have space?
No, we don't.
So
I really love the sound of ruffling.
I know.
Yeah, I think we're about to free up a spot.
all right.
Where's H2 bricks? I don't know.
I am RebelLUG.
A question that will be asked for generations.
The Senate.
I am the Senate.
Do you remember when I did that last year at Brickworld?
Yes. Yeah, you were wearing like the robe and everything.
Yeah, it's so good. That was amazing. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to pull it off or not, but yeah.
Surprised I remember you doing that. Probably working on Scarif.
That's right.
Top 10 collabs.
So I'll read the
What country am I going to next?
country.
Hopefully Denmark. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, John, you're coming to Denmark in a couple of months, aren't you?
Am I? I don't know.
Oh, we see John, the man himself.
The man, the myth,
The legend.
returning RebelLUG member.
Okay, guys, let's stop talking about Gabe. He's not here.
It's true.
Five's production. Oh, oof, Chris thinks he's all talk now.
Fives also says John's coming to Canada next.
I mean, maybe to visit my brother, but
All right, so
probably need to visit Chris, I guess.
for those that want to, I'm just going to ask the question, do you guys want to talk about Rebels, or do you not want to talk about Rebels? Because I heard some people were interested in
I say that there's probably a lot of viewers that haven't seen it, and so I mean, if it was a private call, I think that'd be fine, but I don't want to have to spoil it for you.
All right.
As much as
Yeah.
I'd love to talk about the in and outs of the Force for the next like 30 minutes, I'm good. It's too soon.
If you want to talk about like non-spoiler type stuff, then go for it. But just
I haven't seen a
It's too
single
hard
Rebels
because somebody's
episode.
gonna be like, "Oh man."
All right. Well, I guess I could say in general about the series, because I don't think that's a spoiler. Just
Oh,
in
that's gross.
general. You know, first,
anything from before like the
yeah,
last couple of weeks, then I think that's fine.
yeah. I mean,
Time travel.
Well, I only watched the first season. If that says anything about what I thought of it, so
Oh, someone just dropped a fat spoiler in the chat. Let's go.
There you go.
Spoiler: Ahsoka fights Snoke. Not Snoke.
Yeah. Any spoilers that are in the chat, I'm just gonna remove them. You know, any
Ahsoka
moderators,
is
you guys
Snoke.
can just start removing them. So.
No, you gotta
That's a good one, Chris. I like it.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave the stream now. So see ya.
Alrighty, see you. Yes, thanks for being on.
All right, who's gonna
That
get it?
means Emmett can probably join now if he wants.
Yeah, that's right. Emmett, if you want to join, go ahead and come on.
I'm not the only that he wanted to. come.
What are your thoughts on time travel in Star Wars?
What are your thoughts on telling me there's time travel in Rebel?
That was like 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago.
Oh, you called it.
Okay.
Chris implies.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
This guy? I don't know.
I thought you changed your YouTube account name too.
True.
No, see, there's no point of doing that because I don't upload to YouTube.
Fair enough.
Ouch.
How people?
Yeah.
That's gotta hurt.
How can people know your actual name then?
They'd have to find me on Instagram, I suppose.
We got a question from Lee. He asked, when will Danny build a mock?
He might have a mock at Brickworld. I mean, he'll
There's
build it
also-
on site.
There's also a question from Exotrooper, and it's when will Danny actually build anything that isn't a set?
Ooh.
I kind of realized that, yeah, Danny didn't bring a mock this last time.
No, he brought his.
No, he didn't bring a mock. He just
Oh
built
yeah,
some
he
there.
brought Jesus.
He built a nice monitor stand.
Oh yeah, he brought that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, don't forget about the Lord.
And he brought his whole collection.
That was amazing. I remember I spilled some of it right in front of him. He was so cool about it. I would have, had that been my collection, I would have like not handled it nearly as well.
The previous year, Daniel hit Anders with like one of the posts that they used for the rail. Anders knocked a bin.
No. That was Connor.
bin?
I hit Connor with a pole, and he
That's
knocked
amazing.
over like 5 drawers.
Oh god. And wait, which order? He knocked over the drawers, then you hit him, or he? Or
No,
you
I hit him, and then he dropped a drawer, and then knocked over a bunch of drawers.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a big
That's
mess.
awesome.
Stellar Bricks, he just wrote in the chat, he said, Team MNR or Team Life Bricks.
Oh boy.
I'm out.
No, anyways, back to spilling drawers.
Elijah keeps on spilling drawers in calls, and it's really funny.
Oh yeah, there's some good reactions to when that happens, right, Chris?
Well, not just today. You did it like the other day too.
I know, Chris. Remember the the infantry meme? That's what's like every time I spill a drawer.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Elijah's like, yeah, I'm building, and then you hear like this big explosion go off in the background. It's like his whole collection getting unsorted.
It's like the most greatest description. Like what? Every single
And Elijah doesn't build for the rest of the night. Wonder why. He's too busy crying.
True.
Sounds about right.
But just in general, I wanted to say about the Rebels series. I thought it was interesting how it like started. I really didn't like the first 2 seasons. I mean, some of it was okay, but like the general, like I don't know, 70%, 75% of each episode was like okay-ish, but not okay-ish. But yeah, I thought the last 2 seasons were pretty good. So that's all I want to say to it.
There was always some pretty heavy cringe stuff in there.
Yeah.
And I mean, that was their target audience, and that's the kind of humor that a younger kid would find funny, unfortunately. But
unfortunately,
I think overall, the actual character development, despite if you look through the cringe cloud that it created, I think the character development's actually pretty good because you do watch a family really get built, and then no spoilers for the end, but you know, so you really do get this good. Like you totally get the vibe that they're going for, where it's like Kanan and Hera are like the parents, and Zeb's like the big older brother, and Sabine's the older sister. Chopper's like the annoying pet. So, and that's really the vibe that the whole series does give. So, if you can buy that, and you want to see some Tyranny of the Empire stuff and another trippy side into the Force, I think it's overall it's a pretty good series to watch the whole thing through.
Yeah. Or unless you're just interested in getting to the good stuff, just watch the first episode from season 1. Skip, the whole seasons of 1 and 2, and then go right to 3.
I think you just watched the ones right before the Twilight of the Apprentice, where the Inquisitors are like hunting them down, and then Twilight of the Apprentice when
that's true. Yeah,
when stuff happens, and then I don't know.
There was one guy who did. There was one guy who did like a whole video on the Clone Wars back then in the day, and he talked about how there's just like how you should just skip season 1 and then watch certain parts of 2. He did like a whole what you should watch from the series type of thing. So maybe he does like that on Rebels. That'd be interesting.
I think it depends what you're looking for in the series as well, right? Because I mean, lots of us just like the battle scenes.
I just like the battle scenes, and then the Easter eggs, just things from the Clone Wars, or stuff that you see from the original films.
Yeah, but then there's the stuff that other people, the other stuff you can pick up. Like you basically get to watch Ahsoka go through like her whole Jedi training throughout the Clone Wars, and of course there's stuff in there that you're like, wow, cringe, but cringe is just a natural part of life, right? You've got to experience all these things to really develop and grow as a person. So I mean, that's what a whole bunch of the Clone Wars is about.
Yeah.
How many seasons of Rebels are there? There's 6 seasons now?
4.
No, there were 4 seasons of Rebels. That's right.
I've not actually seen a single Rebels episode, so it's a concept that I'm very familiar with the Lego sets and some of the storyline with it, but
you might like it, John.
Yeah, I definitely like if you had like marathon time where you're just building for like a week or 2 straight, maybe just take the time to go from like beginning to end from Rebels, because I think it's interesting to be able to watch all the seasons at once, not have watched one of the episodes maybe early on, like on TV at one point. Like people that just wait till the whole series is over so they can watch it from beginning to end. I think it's very interesting how certain people do that.
I think you'd really appreciate some of the humor and stuff that happens because I know you. And you'll be like, oh man, that stormtrooper didn't even die. That's so nice. And then you'll be like, when people get like randomly beheaded. But
oh, okay.
Oh god. Cough, cough. Imperial officers.
Yeah, I know. That's like the most out of the blue thing. You're like, oh, people don't even die in this show, and then they like flat out get wrecked by them. Like, okay, yeah, it's still Star Wars. We're all good.
I'm curious why 5 says that sand green is now the most hated color in the Lego community. I don't agree with that. I feel like it's olive green or something. I don't know.
Wait,
olive green is like the best color. Please tell me.
No, I mean, like, I love olive green, but I'm just wondering, like, by and large, what people generally disapprove of. I can't think of a color. I mean,
light aqua.
Is it? I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I think it's like hard on the eyes and hard to photograph.
Really?
Yeah, I don't use it.
Understandable. I was ordering some bulk parts from a store on the other side of the world, and the guy was like, I also have this other piece in a massive quantity, and I'll give it to you for really cheap if you buy it all. I'm like, what is it? And he's like, light aqua arches.
Ooh, that's hot.
I'm like, I don't need 3,000 light aqua arches. But it got me thinking. I was like, well, maybe in like a Camino thing, you know, in Camino hallways or. But even then, that's a lot to work with. It's stupid.
Camino hallways. Yeah, that could work. Sort of.
Ooh, what's this beautiful thing, Bryce?
What's up?
What you working on?
I'm actually piecing back together the rainbow shotgun.
Sweet.
It was
It's the 12.6. No, 10.14, right?
yeah, the Super 90.
So there was a question I read from the comments. Let me go back to that.
So yeah, did you ever read off questions from Instagram at all, or no?
I looked back. There were just only a couple that, like, for example, where did the name from RebelLUG come from? You know, just like the generic stuff.
Yeah.
So I kind of just left those. I think everybody knows, honestly, that. Yeah, there was one person who asked. Let me see if I can find it again. Oh yeah, Exo Trooper asked, "What do you guys think of or I should say, the deleted scenes from The Last Jedi?" Because yeah, some of them were featured on the Star Wars show, and yeah, what are your thoughts if for those that saw the deleted scene? What are your thoughts on it?
Oh, I haven't seen them yet.
Trying to figure out what the interior of that hangar looks like and why they're suddenly on a platform above everything after that explosion, and like the entire army of troopers that are there are just like gone, and somehow Finn and Rose are not dead, or whatever happened to like the whole army that was there.
Yeah,
but it did give a little bit more content and stuff, but it's still generally weird.
Fast Production says, "Is that Bryce working on a Lego gun?" Yes.
That's kind of all I do.
Actually, that deleted scene doesn't make much sense at all.
It doesn't make sense much at all sense, yeah.
Because well, just with like the troopers, these are children that have been like taken from a very young age and raised to be like non-questioning. And then the fact that Finn gives like a speech saying that she was the one that turned off Starkiller Base's shields, they suddenly like turn on her, their commander that they're loyal to and respect, versus some guy who's, abandoned their cause, right? It's
Right.
Like you actually turn on your commander that easily for what one guy is saying, and then she kills them all.
Fast Production writes in the comments. He says, "Is he planning on shooting up Brick World this year?"
Yeah, I try to
bring that up in the stream.
Really not for me.
I'm getting so many DMs about that battle.
Yep.
That was a bad idea.
You can imagine the fun I have online with all those comments.
Is Lego Pool still alive, Brick Troopers?
I don't know.
He's at Lost. Like, he built sweet stuff, but I don't think he's been active. When Admiral Akbar's literally in the chat talking about Admiral Akbar in episode 8.
Sounds like a trap to me.
Sounds like a trap, definitely. But John, that's the point, Sergeant.
That's the point, Sergeant. I don't even
when John was here, we made so many like Star Wars one-liners.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
So funny. Yeah.
Half of the time, I didn't even know where I was like getting them from. It's just when you're in Discord calls for like hours upon hours, you start repeating common sayings without knowing where they came from.
Yeah, so uncivilized. Definitely.
Piss off, I'm trying to watch a show.
Anyways.
It ain't no trap.
All right. No, but yeah, definitely think Rebels was interesting in terms of this last season. I think the humor with Hondo though, that was, I mean, it's no surprise Hondo comes back in this series, you know, in the Rebels series. So I think most people know that by now. I think it's so funny though, the humor that he has, or that he does, like with with Ezra.
I like the your mom joke he pulled like earlier in one of the earlier seasons. That was good. Or no, it wasn't your mom joke. It was like your wife joke, and it was like, what a roast. Just high key in there.
Just kind of snuck that one in there.
But they did mention that the Empire came and killed his entire pirate place.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting because that was actually mentioned somewhere in there. I was like, okay, that's why he's literally like on his own. Just no crew trying to survive. So.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm awake.
Yeah, Daniel, what are you working on right now?
My new Last of Us mock.
Is that like a rendition of the previous one, or that's the same one?
It's kind of the same, but it's now a lot smaller, and it's Last of Us instead of just Apocalypse.
All right, looks nice. You got another left side, cool. Pretty nice.
Yeah. One of the few mocks left to finish. Oh, one of many mocks to finish still.
We'll definitely post a cool picture on Flickr of that when you're done with it.
Yep.
I don't know why. In the past, few months, I've been just looking at Flickr a lot more than usual. I feel like I'm getting addicted. Maybe it's because of John. I don't know.
Wait, what?
I think I'm getting addicted to Flickr now, just because
that's
a great place for inspiration. That, unless it's Instagram, the only place I look on Instagram is like John's feed. I'm just joking.
Oh,
Oof.
little favoritism.
No, but Flickr is great. I think it's really cool to see all the different builders there, and then of course to just look at all the different groups. I mean, it's so much bigger than Instagram ever could be, because a lot of the AFOLs, or almost AFOLs, older TFOLs, just use Flickr a lot more because it's not filled with 12-year-olds, I should say.
It's definitely more of a professional, I think, way to present your pictures. And I really am a fan of the way that you're able to organize your photos into groups and albums, and also just, if you edit a post, that really played a big role when I was doing the vignettes, because I would forget to add something, so I could just keep the same post up and then just replace the image.
Yeah, I wish Instagram. You said that in a story post. I wish Instagram would do that as well. That'd be so cool.
They will soon.
Because I've had that before, where like an Instagram photo wasn't quite how I wanted it, but I already had like a couple hundred likes or 1,000 likes or whatever.
Right.
And so just because it's like YouTube. If they take down a video, it's kind of stupid to re-upload the same video. So, because a lot of people already seen it, and then they won't re-comment what they commented already. So, yeah.
And then by the time that you get to repost it, it goes past the point of relevancy. People have either already seen it, like you said, or don't want to re-comment. So, it's a nice feature to have.
Yeah,
Instagram's kind of awkward there, because it's not the same as Flickr, where you feel like if you really like somebody, you're gonna go back through their feed and see what they're all about. I don't think people really do that on Instagram, and that's where it's tough for people that post like mocks and stuff. Because who's gonna scroll back like 3 years on your Instagram to find a mock, right? Versus, I know like the alternatives is like throwback photos and stuff all the time, showing off your mocks.
That's kind of why I've now, like for Instagram, for example, I've just kind of stuck to posting only, one shot of the whole mock. Because I would go back and I'd be like, well, I posted like 3 or 4 pictures of one mock, and over time, that's like, if you divide 100, then you've got like, if each picture you've got like 4 photos, and that's like 25 mocks within 100 photos or whatever.
Right. Yeah, that really only works. I mean, that works best on Flickr.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And on Instagram, I feel like it'd be a lot better just to post one overview, because then people can kind of scroll back and be like, oh, yeah, he built this back in January, or, whatever.
Yep. Yeah. Instagram is great. The downside that I find is, like, because I use it for both my personal and Lego, it's a bit awkward at times, because I would say the majority of my followers are Lego people, and I've found that, like, a lot of the people that I know, either from school or just other places in real life, it sometimes confuses them why I would have, like, some images of, oh, I hung out with friends this weekend, here's some pictures, versus here's a mock I've been working 5 months on. And it's kind of like, talk about different quality of posts, that really manifests itself there. So I like what some of you in this call do. You have your own personal, and then you just have your Lego or your creative one. And for Flickr, I just mostly keep it to Lego, but I think more than one account on Instagram would be just too confusing for me personally, but a lot of people I know do have 2 accounts, and it works very well for them.
Yeah.
Cough, crispy bacon on Instagram.
Got him. Dr.
So,
Crispy Bacon.
That's a good account.
That is a good account.
Oh, the action brick is up in the comments. Welcome.
So I think I'm going to be hopping off the stream real soon, but before I do so, just like to share my progress if I could.
Yeah, hold on. Give me 1 second and I can present you. So, go ahead.
All right, so my first screen share on Chrome. All right. So what I'm working on is the Halo 1 Magnum, and this is, can you see that?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so one of the things that I'm trying to work on specifically on this model is to intentionally make it look low poly like it does in the original game.
That's awesome.
So let me undo the screen share. Yeah. So go back to LDD. All right, so I tried to show the low poly part of it by using the new like cutout tiles with the hard edges instead of rounded. I'm trying to avoid using these as much as I can, but here I couldn't think of another way to do that. The sight on top is a hexagon instead of a circle, as well as the barrel. And if I take out the slide, you can see the barrel where you chamber the round is also a hexagon. So I'm trying to go for the whole low poly look with this.
Wow.
Replica.
It's really nice.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely really cool, Nick.
Thank you. So with that, I will be hopping off the stream.
All right, man.
All right,
Bye,
Nick.
Nick.
See ya.
All right,
Hey,
see ya.
I miss you.
Bye, Nick.
I wish I knew how to work LDD as well as he does. Did you see how quickly he was able to manipulate the program? That's admirable. I get into LDD and I can barely open the main menu, and then I like put a 2x4 on it, and then I get frustrated and close the program. So
sounds like
that's the extent of, yeah. It's
All right.
Wow.
So there are comments here.
Damn
Hey, Emmett.
Hey
Oh,
guys.
Emmett here? Cool.
Yeah.
So, Bryce, what weapon are you working on right now?
For the people that play Rainbow Six Siege, because I've actually, well, never played it, but this is the M114 shotgun. I waited for a little while to upload this one because of recent controversies. More of a real build, so I figured I'd come back to it a little bit.
Looks really cool.
Thank you.
So,
Can you
Emmett,
show us? Oh,
did you want to show off your latest mock, brother? Because I saw you were kind of positioning the camera. I didn't know if you wanted to show it
yeah,
off.
I'm just clearing my desk and getting ready to work, but I can show you guys if you want.
If you want to.
Yeah, why not? So, that's it. It's pretty nice.
wow.
Very impressive.
Most impressive.
The nice interior too. You can lift off the roofs in a couple places, hinges and stuff. Yeah.
Really cool.
Bryce, I'm curious how you made the individual shells there. Do you mind showing those?
Oh, this is literally pretty much just cylinders. It's got a Pro Gold one on the top, but I made them rounded on one end so they can actually be chambered because I'm trying to fit more than 3 inside the gun.
I see. Huh.
Oh man. You guys have ever watched Bryce's videos? The like accuracy in actual features in so many of his guns is actually insane.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm trying to get this, because every time I pull the bolt back and release it, it's snapping the grip, and I don't really like that. So I'm actually using a Technic for once in my life. And I don't know how to use it, so I'd love some help.
The pins go in the little holes.
Really?
The best.
It's a shocker, Bryce, but no.
No, I'm not. I'm really not used to it. Because there's like so many different ways you can connect it with angles, and I'm trying to figure out the ratios.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to check and see how long we've been live for, because I don't know how long do you guys want to go on for? Do you guys want to go
been
for
like
2
an hour.
hours?
It's been like an hour 40 minutes. We have about 20 minutes left if we want to go 2 hours. I think.
Yeah, I'd say like 20 more minutes, so we get over 2 hours. It's a good idea.
Yeah, we don't want to.
I'm going to be hopping off now. Thanks a lot for having me, everybody.
Yeah, no problem, Alex.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
I'll have to be going too soon because dinner's gonna be ready, but I'll stay on as long as I can.
Alex is the best.
Yeah, Drew, we might have to see about those 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Definitely still got some people in here, so nice. Oh, so actually, a real quick heads up for those people that are watching. This might actually be a good time to go ahead and talk about the conventions that RebelLUG is attending in the next upcoming months. Might just be of interest for those people that are here, either here in Europe or either in the US. They're basically, for the next upcoming months, there's going to be 3 main conventions so far that we have planned to attend, or not all of us attend, but, some members attend in groups, basically. Main one, of course, being Brick World, that's coming up in June. So, the majority of the people that are here, I assume, are going to be going there.
Oh yeah.
Except for some exceptions such as me, Osmond.
Yeah.
Others.
I don't
Either way. So that's of course the main convention that is happening in the next couple of months. Another one that is happening for those that are in the EU is the Koki or Cookie Convention, however you want to pronounce it, the Croatian convention in Zagreb, Croatia. And me, HG Brick, Tristan, Trisbrick, and then Luke from First Order Lego will be attending the convention. So for those that are in the area, you guys can of course stop by and say hi to us. We'll be having a full-on setup there. And then the other convention, Osmond can actually talk a little bit more about this since he knows a little bit more than I do. Will be a convention that is in Norway. So do you want to talk a little bit about it, Osmond?
Yeah, so the convention is called Krosol, and he and Olav or Norlego and Kristen will be attending, as well as a few other people from the community, the animation and Viking Bricks and County City. And yeah, there'll be like a lot of people, like, and a lot of good vibes.
All right, awesome.
Oh, great picture here. Hey.
So yeah, those are the 3 conventions so far that we are planning on going to, or some of us are planning on going to. Awesome to see some of you guys there. Definitely tune into this like social media such as Instagram, Twitter, and whatnot to see more, because we'll definitely be posting like pictures from the convention or a video from the events. Definitely from Brick World, because I'm guessing Danny, Spencer, and Chris will be filming that stuff. So yeah, that's basically that. Anything I'm missing, Chris?
I think Chris is going to have some really cool Brick World 2017 content coming out.
Oh yes.
When is Bricking in Bavaria, Noah?
Oh, that's right. The other convention. Well, we still need to like figure out who's entirely coming. But for those that are also again here in Germany or in the area, neighboring countries, so to speak, there's the Bricking Bavaria convention in Munich, Germany. I'll be attending there. We're looking to have around 10 or 12 people from RebelLUG be there.
I think I might be there.
John is planning on being there, or that works out, of course.
Let's hope.
Definitely going to be a exciting convention to attend, just see everybody there, because it'll be, from my information, be the second largest meetup of RebelLUG members that we've had so far.
Actually, there's another convention. Me and Thomas will be going to in the Netherlands.
Is that in May or?
Yeah, that's the start of May.
That's so awesome.
Oh, yeah, you gotta let me know about that one.
All right. So.
And who else is coming to BrickCon next year? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Who's going to BrickCan? Oh.
No, but yeah, for those that are watching, there are several conventions. Just again, some of those are the main ones that we'll be going to. We plan on having a tab apparently that will update people on like the conventions we go to on the RebelLUG website. If I'm correct, that's in progress, right, Drew?
What?
Isn't that what Spencer is working on right now? The tab on the RebelLUG website for.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I think our biggest win of the last year for RebelLUG was that website subscription finally expiring, so we can have freedom to do stuff.
So we can rehaul the whole thing.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, that's a heads up. More updates on Instagram, Twitter, and whatnot. So don't forget to follow those. Did we get any questions that you guys might want to just read out? Or, okay.
Lee wanted to know if there's a Brick World 2018 Discord, and I don't know if there is or not.
I think Danny is going to be setting one up, close to the event.
Okay.
So maybe you can contact him, Lee, if you want to, over Instagram or Discord.
What's that text thing that we have that we had for last year? We could do that again.
Oh, Group Me?
Yeah.
It's brilliant. It works very well.
Fives Production says, when you wish RebelLUG would come to BrickCam, but RebelLUG does not go to Canadian conventions.
Yeah, I wish Chris would go there.
Yeah, I wish I would have gone too.
I wish Chris actually built.
Chris is I'm actually not close at all to BrickCan, but still 12 hours away.
Bit closer than I am.
Yes, a little bit.
All right, guys. I gotta be heading off here, but I appreciate the opportunity to be on the stream, and I will talk to you all later.
All right, see you.
All right, see you, John.
Sorry I couldn't stay longer. Just the way it turned out. Alrighty, I will see you all. Take care.
See ya. Peace. See ya. All right.
All right, we got
Brickitecture asked, how often do you guys do these? These streams, or the builder stream, we're now doing these every 3 weeks. So if you're interested in seeing more of us, build basically, or you want to ask any questions, that's what these streams are here for. Of course, we're updating you guys on a couple of things, such as, what we're building on, or just in general, the collaborations that we're doing. So, yeah. So, yeah, so Drew, I'm guessing you built the battle pack from your own pieces. So.
Yeah. There was a 3x3 white wedge. I had the thing built for 2 or 3 weeks, but I didn't have another 3x3 white wedge, so I had to order one from Bricklink and then order to even complete it.
That's awkward.
Yeah.
All right. All right, let's see who's still here right now. Okay. Bryce has all of the Technic bricks out there.
I'm trying. There's so many angles.
Too many. Oh, we got Lucas in the chat. I'm going to make you a moderator just in case you want to moderate anything, Lucas.
So I'll answer Riley's question because he was asking about Nick's building. Nick actually left a while ago. He was working on the Combat Evolved pistol from Halo and Digital Designer.
That's right. Fives Production asks, wait, isn't Daniel from Canada too? What part?
He's in Toronto.
I am, yeah.
Ish. Oh, you're still here. Sir.
Yeah. I'm close to Toronto. I'm 45-minute drive. So I'll be at BrickFest if anyone's going.
Justin should go.
He could.
I need to somehow time that, Daniel, to go to a convention in Canada and then maybe see you and Chris. That'd be pretty cool.
Well, you can see me because that's a few hours drive, but to see Chris isn't. It's not really on the way.
Not really on the way. No.
But no, because Justin is only actually 2.5 hours from my house or something.
Uh-oh. I mean,
yeah, time to move.
There you go.
Wow. Yeah.
All right, let's see. Might have Olaf on here in just a minute. Let's see.
What is Bryce building?
Launch after. Oh, let me zoom in on or let people see what Bryce is working on. You want to go over that again?
I can, sure. I'm trying to figure out how to get the grip sturdy right now because I put it all back together. Everything on this shotgun is pretty much done, other than the grip that I'm actually not good at. But other than that, I'll show it to the webcam. It's actually a new setup I'm trying out, so it can be like a top-down view while I'm recording. It'll be kind of fun to mess around with.
Cough airplane tickets at the hotel. Chris.
You know, I'm so far from brick can. I'd have to.
Chris, just sell your 2x4s, okay? No. Or your quarter cylinders. Don't worry, they don't need you.
Chris, just sell your Death Star 2.
I already sold that.
I know, it's a joke. That's one of those too far ones.
Pretty much.
Osmond, you're apparently being told not to have your camera on by Olaf again.
What?
Wow. So bossy. I didn't know Norwegians were like that.
Alright. Swedes are so much nicer. They're both really nice. I was just joking.
No.
I don't want to start a war here.
It's too late. They're already outside your house with pitchforks.
Make a joke of that in the RebelLUG chat. Be like, oh yeah, I like Norway. Somebody else be like, I like Sweden, and like civil war.
Oh god. Bricketecture asks, does anyone have any Marvel DC weapons or replicas planned?
Well, I know he does, because I've been watching some of the stuff.
That'd be cool.
I actually got really
Bryce, I've really been thinking about doing like a clone trooper blaster. You know, the which one is it? The DC-15.
Yeah, I wish Star Wars guns would do a little bit better because it's like a cliche in our community where anytime somebody builds Star Wars, it just doesn't do well.
I'm really thinking about doing it. Like, it would be cool to do it and then make a whole video about it with like my helmet and whatnot. I think that would go along really well. Kind of do something similar to how Nick did his. I forgot the weapon.
DH-17 or no?
Yeah. Was the one with like the whole jacket setup. He even put that on Flickr. Oh, that was really cool.
Yeah, that was the DH-17.
That was it? Okay, good. So, oh, we got Olaf here in the stream. How are you doing, Olaf?
Not another Norwegian.
We needed another Norwegian.
Yeah,
I didn't like what you were saying about Sweden, so I kind of...
This is getting out of hand. Now there's two of them.
How did we add two to the lug? That was a mistake.
Don't worry. There's two Swedes to kind of even the scale.
Who's the second Swede?
Tristan.
Tristan is a Swede, sort of.
Oh, jeez.
Unfortunately. Rip.
He tells me he identifies as a Swede.
Well, I guess Lucas doesn't even live in Sweden, so it doesn't even count.
Although he is Swedish, so... Oof.
Yeah, but he lives in the U.S., so he's American.
It doesn't matter, Chris. Bricketecture, we are not centered out of any one country. We are from several countries, actually. We've got people from the U.S., from Canada, from Sweden, from Norway, from all over. We got people from 11 countries, is it now? I think it is.
I think it's something like that.
11.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So if you are interested in finding out the different countries that we've, or yeah, people that we have in the LUG, and then from which countries they're from. All that information is on the RebelLUG website. Links below, of course. So yeah,
We should have it by like state and by province for Canada and the US because it's so big.
I don't think my location is even on the site. I didn't put it in my bio thing.
I think the idea that I think that was Luke. Or no, it was Drew. It was Drew. It was Drew that pointed out we should have like small dots, right?
I'm pretty sure that was Luke.
No,
no, I think it was Drew.
Oh yeah,
It was one of them. It was one
I
of them. Let's just
messaged
say
Danny about it like 6 months ago, saying, "Hey, we should have this feature on the site." He's like, "Yeah, we should do that." And then we just had the normal map. But I think it's cool if you like hovered over it and it showed the people or whatever.
I like how Alaska is. It makes it look like there's somebody that lives in Alaska.
There is.
Oh yeah, there is.
Oh no, we've got war in the chat, guys. We gotta be careful here.
Wow, aren't we a diverse group?
How do you forget about Finn?
How do I? Because he lives in Alaska.
Oh.
Also, I just realized we're almost to 1,000 subscribers here on the RebelLUG.
it's like 5 away, isn't it?
I think we're like 5 away. Hold on, let me check here.
Anybody that's got bot accounts?
Here, give me a second.
No, we are 3 away actually.
Now's your chance.
So very cool.
Oh, we got a new sub.
Yeah. Saw that. When Drew goes overboard on the flags. All right.
I think we should have a really bad thing on our website where music starts playing when you get on it.
I mean, it's anthem or whatever.
There you go.
No, it'll be like the Resistance March bass boosted.
Play the Clones Alone intro.
There you
Oh
go.
my gosh. That's the best idea ever.
No, you just play. Well, yeah, isn't it the same as Danny's old intro for his videos?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be so funny. Dun, 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 dun. Brick Architecture asked, is it called RebelLUG because you mainly do Star Wars, or was it just creative thinking about that, or creative thinking that inspired the name? It was just mainly because we do Star Wars, right, Chris? I mean, you're one of the original.
I'm the one who came up with RebelLUG, the name.
Right.
We were looking for a name that worked for our group of builders, and then I just threw out a bunch of random names, and RebelLUG seemed to catch.
We're trying to branch out a little Star Wars with it.
Now, unfortunately, our Star Wars content is severely lacking right now.
Yeah.
Fight me.
I still say RebelLUG should do a Star Wars collab after our video.
I don't know. I'd be afraid to see that. Put us to shame.
Yeah.
I don't think that'd go too well for us.
No.
We're doing a medieval. So.
Yeah, but they're not called medieval lug.
True.
Whereas we are Star Wars lug. I don't know. Let's challenge them to do it.
I like how we're conveniently named RebelLUG and Star Wars Rebels happens and we don't do anything Star Wars Rebels related. Holy smokes.
Because it doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, it doesn't deserve it. That's true.
Yeah, we're really lucky that we didn't choose Clone Lug as the name because that would be.
Oh God.
Clones alone, the lug.
Wait, Clone Lug is spelled with a K though, isn't it?
Fortnite lug. Yeah, it's called Gamer
I'm
Lug.
officially leaving RebelLUG and making that.
RebelLUG should do a Fortnite collab.
If someone wants to do Fortnite collab at Brick World, hit me up.
I'm
Dude,
down.
I'll build the
Tilted.
tower.
Tilted Tower. Hey there,
Has
buddy.
there been any Fortnite Lego mocks?
Zati Nobbies has already claimed the views on the guns, so.
It has the guns, but I'm surprised no one's done the buildings because they're not. I actually looked up
do really well.
and they're really basic. Like they're not like
So-
skyscrapers.
Yeah.
The guy who builds like the plastic lands stuff and does really well.
Yeah, that's true.
You could build like
So,
a whole Fortnite city thing.
You guys heard it
Get
here
lots of views.
first. There'll be a Fortnite collab at Brick World.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get going though, guys. It's good
Yeah.
talking.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna end the stream, guys. Right? 'Cause
Yeah, I
we
gotta
just
Right.
went over 2 hours, so
No.
Oh, you want a cranberry thing?
Yeah.
You really want cranberries?
Yes, Mom.
oh God.
No.
All right, so I think that's gonna be it. Basically, we're gonna close out. Anything anybody want to say to the people?
Thanks for 1,000 subscribers, but we shouldn't do an announcement about it because that's just annoying.
Yeah. But yeah,
Check
thank
out
you. All right, yeah, thank you for those that joined this another edition, so to speak, of the RebelLUG Builder stream. It's been fun talking to everybody in the chat. Hope you join us next time. We're going to be doing these again every 3 weeks, so don't forget to tune in 3 weeks for another one. And yeah, thanks to all the fellow RebelLUG members that joined. I'm glad to have you guys here. And I'll talk to you guys or see you guys in the next stream. All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, see ya.